I placed my resignation letter on Qin Zhao's desk. The paper slid across the rosewood surface. Her fingers stopped. President Qin. I want to resign. My fiancé's been pushing for half a year. The wedding is next month. 10 years. I carried her to the hospital when her stomach acted up. I blocked shareholder questions for 3 hours at her father's funeral. I've seen her cry in the office at midnight. I've seen her throw a project proposal in my face. She grabbed a Parker pen and signed. Approved. Get married. She tossed the resignation back at me. I turned to leave. She added, Don't send me a wedding invitation. I'm busy. Outside the door, Zhao Linlin crossed her arms. Oh. He actually approved. Assistant Zhou. 10 years and all you get is approved. A few junior staff behind her held back laughs. Xiao Lu had asked me to fix her PPT just last week. Director Zhao. Move aside. What does your fiancé do? Zhao Linlin leaned in. She's not your neighbors. The black encrypted phone in the drawer vibrated. Only 3 people in the world knew that number. One was a mercenary commander I knew in Syria. One was a Swiss bank account manager. The third was Qin Zhao's father. My father. His law. SD words. Gripping my hand. Shin. Don't let Zhao know. Zhao Linlin reached for the phone. I was faster. The screen lit up. Mr. Zhou. The Southeast Asia shipping route acquisition you commissioned 3 years ago is complete. She didn't see it clearly, but she saw the scar on my inner wrist, from the wrist bone to my forearm, like a centipede lying flat. Director Zhao, don't touch personal items. I grabbed my backpack and walked toward the elevator. Xiao Lu called after me. Brother Zhou, who's your fiancé really? Just before the elevator doors closed, Zhao Linlin's shrill voice. Probably a supermarket cashier, with his skill set. The elevator went down. I called Lucia. Check on Qin Zhao. She's in trouble. King, you took bullets for her for 10 years and you're looking back the second you leave. She's my father's dying wish, and what I owe her. The elevator reached B1. The doors opened. The corridor smelled of cooking oil from lunch carts. I looked at those food carts and remembered 10 years ago. Qin Zhao's father pulled me out of a hit squad, brought me to her. Zhao. This man stays with you. He can do anything. She was 22 then. Ponytail. Looked me up and down. Uncle. He looks like he just got out of a fight. Lucia. Unfreeze that Swiss account for me. That money could buy half of Qin Corp. You. My fiancé's waiting for a wedding. I need some showmanship. Coming out of B1. My phone rang. Chen Hai's voice blasted through. Someone's targeting Qin Corp's position. Shipping. Real estate. Retail. 3 lines shorted at once. The money's coming through European channels. Shell companies layered on shell companies. The source is surnamed Lu Ming, for years ago. Qin Zhao outbid him for a plot of land. He smashed a glass on the spot and said he'd make her beg on her knees. One more thing. That kid you saved in Syria, one of them says Qin Zhao keeps going to the hospital, asking if your dad's attending physician is still there. Qin Zhao didn't know. She didn't know my father was her father. The old man split his estate before he died. Half for her, half in my name, he said. Zhao's too hard. She won't bend. She needs someone behind her to hold her up. I told Shanghai to keep watching. I hung up and walked to the B2 parking lot. I'd just opened my car door when headlights hit me from behind. Black Maybach. Zhao Linlin stuck her head out. President Qin wants you back. You left a file in her office. I followed her up. In the office, a man sat on the sofa. Van Cleef cufflinks. Patek Philippe watch. Zhou. I'm from Lu Corp's legal department. A few transactions in your Southeast Asia business don't add up. Qin Zhao sat behind her desk typing. Didn't look up. Zhou. Pull up the transfer records for Mr. Lu's lawyer. I pulled a tablet from my backpack. Didn't open the regular files. Went into the encrypted partition. What came up wasn't transfer records. It was an email from 3 years ago. Lu Ming had anonymously wired $2 million through GH Swiss channels into a Qin Corp shell company. Remark. Consulting fee. Qin Zhao had used that money to plug a shipping shortfall. Lu Ming had been the sucker the whole time. I turned the screen toward Mr. Lu's lawyer. He stared for 3 seconds. His face went pale. What the? If this email gets sent out, your Lu family is looking at overseas money laundering charges. Still want to investigate me? He grabbed his jacket. You wait. And slammed the door. Qin Zhao stood up and looked at me. That email. From 3 years ago. Why didn't you give it to me? You didn't ask. She stared at me for a long time. then stepped back. Doh. I'll try to make time for the wedding. She sat back down and kept typing, faster than before. I walked out, past Zhao Linlin, Director Zhao. I sent the Southeast Asia profit-sharing breakdown to your email. 60-40 in your favor, don't forget. Her face went white. In the elevator, my phone lit up. Lucia. Urgent. Lucia's email had 3 messages. First, Lu Ming had planted 7 people inside Qin Corp. Zhao Linlin was number 1. Second, the short position totaled 12 billion. Shipping had been eaten down 15 points. Third, your fiancée Su Wan had contact with someone from Lu Corp's legal department 3 days ago. Su Wan. She was still discussing how many tables to book at the wedding last week. I called her. Who've you met recently? A beat of silence. No one. She said. I told Lucia to pull her call records. Chen Hai messaged. Qin Zhao left the company at 11, went to Weiran Hospital. I drove over. Qin Zhao's white Bentley was parked at the entrance. She wore a beige trench coat, walked faster than usual, came out 40 minutes later with a brown paper envelope, stood on the steps staring at it for a long time. Me. After she left, I went into the hospital and found head nurse Lin. Qin Zhao's been here 4 times this week. She sits in old Mr. Qin's old room. Last week she copied the entire medical file. I gripped the counter. What's in it? Treatment records. And a declaration. Mr. Qin wrote that if Miss Qin faces a major crisis, Mr. Zhou Xin is authorized to access the overseas inheritance in his name. That authorization page. She took it. Head nurse Lin nodded. My phone buzzed. Lucia. Suwan called a number ending 00375 5 times in the past 7 days. 0037 is registered under a Lu Corp subsidiary. Chen Hai's message followed. Lu Ming is hosting a charity gala at the Hyatt the day after tomorrow. Planning to propose to Qin Zhao in public. Coming. I typed 3 words. I'm in. Chen Hai waited for me at the Hyatt side entrance. Handed me a logistics support badge. Lu Ming reserved the last auction item. A blue diamond ring. Public proposal. The ballroom was glittering gold. 32 tables. At the center table, Qin Zhao wore a dark red velvet dress. Held a full glass of wine. That signature fake smile frozen on her face. Lu Ming sat to her left. His mouth never stopped. Qin Zhao nodded every 2 or 3 seconds. She doesn't drink when she's calculating. Tonight the glass was full. Sumph. ING was off. I carried a fruit platter past table 7. Zhao Linlin was bragging to someone. Our President Qin's assistant, when he left, she approved it with 3 words. Approved. Get married. Pathetic. Right. I set the platter down on her table. She looked up. Face went white. Joe. The auction reached the final item. The blue diamond ring started at 8 million. Lu Ming stood up, pulled out a velvet box, and dropped to one knee. Qin Zhao. I've respected you my whole life. Marry me. Qin Corp triples in 3 years. The whole room went silent. Qin Zhao's hand holding the wine glass froze midair. But my black phone buzzed in my pocket. Lucia. Suwan's brother owes Lu Ming 2 million in gambling debts. He's being held in Macau. Suwan agreed to help you get that authorization page in exchange for his release. I looked up. Qin Zhao had already seen me. She turned to Lu Ming and spoke, voice half a degree louder. Lu Ming, I refuse. Put the ring away. Give it to someone else. She grabbed her clutch and headed for the service corridor. As she passed me, she paused for a beat. Coming with you. Chen Hai handed a black coat through the side door. I draped it over her shoulders. I messaged Lucia back. Get Suwan's brother out. Take the money from my account. Keep it quiet. Wind blew through the back alley. Qin Zhao pulled the coat tighter. I know about your fiancée. She has a copy of that authorization page. She thinks it'll save her brother. So you came to the gala tonight? Came to get it back. She looked up at me. But you showed up. Zhou Xin. You didn't leave. Didn't leave. She gripped the edge of the collar. What my dad wrote. Is it real? Real. She closed her eyes. When she opened them, they were slightly red. Let's go home. Qin Zhao slapped her car keys into my palm. Drive mine. I started the engine. She curled up in the passenger seat. Both hands twisted together. Her knuckles went white. 10 years. I'd never seen her with both hands idle. The original authorization document is with me. Your dad said not to tell. 3 years. Her voice rose. Zhou Xin. Am I his daughter or are you his son? Red light ahead. I hit the brake. He's my father. Qin Lihua is my biological father. She sank back into the seat. Why did he? He owes my mother a life. He pulled me out of a Syrian refugee camp. Took 3 years to make me a person again. She pressed her forehead against the window. Didn't speak the whole way. We pulled up to my building, 60 square meter old apartment, 6 floors, no elevator. She came in and looked around. The couch was 8 years old. 2 leaves on the potholes on the coffee table were wilted. On the wall hung a character I'd written, 1 word, steadfast. Does your fiancé know who you are? No. Do you love her? I didn't turn around. Boiled water. She's been good to me for 7 years. I asked if you love her. Qin Zhao. You've had a long night. Drink some water first. She stood barefoot in front of that calligraphy and didn't move. Zhou, you didn't have to come through the side door. Tonight. I could have turned down Lu Ming even if you hadn't shown up. Why did you come? 10 years. You threw papers in my face and I didn't leave. You were sick within 4 and I didn't leave. Shareholders attacked and I didn't leave. Today you were going head-to-head with Lu Ming. You expected me to just watch. For the first time. The corner of her mouth dropped. The resignation. I shouldn't have approved it. I didn't know then. She took a sip of water. Can I have the original document? Tomorrow. After I get it. You need to go through procedures with me. Equity transfer requires both signatures. My dad wrote it. You're a co-beneficiary. She set down the cup, walked to the door, and put on her shoes. I'm not leaving tonight. I'll take the couch. She lay down. I went into the bedroom and closed the door. In the dark I heard her turn over. The couch springs creaked. Zhou, yeah, thanks for coming tonight. The black phone on the coffee table lit up. Lucia. The 2 million on Su Wan's brother was a setup by Lu Ming. They know who you are. I closed my eyes. Breathing from the couch slowly even out. Woke up at 7. The living room was empty. A sticky note. Going to the office. Bank at 10. Bring ID. Stepped out and Su Wan called. Zhou, can you come out today? Tonight. 7 at the usual place. Okay. 10 o'clock at the bank. Qin Zhao sat in the VIP room. 2 documents spread on the table. Inheritance confirmation. Equity investment agreement. 15 points. Held in my name. Joint voting rights. I signed. She signed too. Board meeting at 2. You're coming with me. I tore up the resignation. Your desk is still there. The Qin Corp building had a different vibe. In the elevator someone muttered, isn't that Assistant Zhou? Zhao Linlin blocked the meeting room door. President Qin. He's attending. He's not a shareholder. He's an attendee. Qin Zhao pushed open the meeting room door and pulled out an empty chair. Zhou, sit here. The whole room went quiet. Vice President Chen Guangwei read 3 lines of the document, took off his glasses, put them back on. Zhou is Qin Zhao, beneficiary. From now on, he has 1 vote on major decisions. A chubby-faced director slammed the table. How does an assistant get 15 points? Qin Zhao. I signed. He signed. It's legally effective. Anyone who doesn't like it, speak now. Chen Guangwei stared at me. Xiao Zhou, when did old Qin get another son? Uncle Chen. Mid-Autumn Festival 12 years ago. He took you to the old courtyard in the south of the city for drinks. You brought a jar of plum wine. The kid squatting at the gate chopping wood was me. Chen Guangwei's lips trembled. He pulled out a handkerchief and wiped his eyes. I acknowledge this share. Under the tablecloth. Qin Zhao's index finger rested on my wrist. Very cold. She flipped through the meeting minutes. Vote. At the same second, the black phone buzzed violently. Lucia. Su Wan's brother was moved. We lost him. Also Qin Corp stock is in freefall. Lu Ming dumped his position. Qin Zhao's phone lit up too. She paused for a beat, looked at me, then spoke. 7 in favor. 2 opposed. Passed. She closed the minutes, lowered her voice. Zhou, I might have lost your money too. Can't lose it. I stood up. How long can you keep this meeting going? 30 minutes. 30 minutes later. Come downstairs with the accounting books. I'll cover the gap. At the door. Zhao Linlin's pen dropped. I paused as I passed. Director Zhao. Close the door behind you. Side door. Fire escape. Shanghai was smoking. The European private equity behind Lu Ming is an old friend of yours, Adler Capital. The one you almost acquired 10 years ago. Adler. The scar on my wrist was from them. The Syria hit. They know you're here. I dialed Herman. Who's running Adler? Now. Hussein. I stabbed him in the left ribs. His father set up an ambush at the refugee camp gate. 7 people died. 10 years. He'd been waiting for me. I drove to Shanghai Consulting. The whole conference room screen wall was lit up. Qin Corp stock was still dropping. Lucia's face appeared on screen. First, Su Wan's brother is at a private house in Macau's mid-levels. Second, Adler has 4.7 billion euros on Qin Corp's short position fund pool. Swiss account is unfrozen, over 30 billion, enough to fight a local war. I had Lucia patch Qin Zhao through. Shipping shortfall, 420 million. Retail needs 730 million, total 1.15 billion. Not enough, but there's more behind it. I stared at the trading screen. Qin Zhao, for the next half hour, no matter how much Lu Ming dumps, just lock your positions. I'll handle the buy orders. What are you using to buy? I'm using mine. Where did you get the money? An assistant making 8,000 a month. Beyond the 15 points your dad left me, I have my own other assets. 3 seconds of silence on the other end. Do you trust me? I trust you. I hung up. The first buy order hit. Qin Corp stock price paused for a moment. 100 million. 300 million. 500 million. Buying orders rolled over everything. Lucia whistled. King, this should be recorded. Down in Qin Corp's lobby. Qin Zhao gripped her phone. That curve went from steep drop to flat to climbing. Zhao Linlin's voice trembled. President Qin, who's supporting it? Qin Zhao didn't look at her. She stared at that line climbing segment by segment. The corner of her mouth curved up. This time it was real. 2:40 p.m. Qin Corp turned positive. In 1 hour I bought up 4.3 billion. Broke through Adler's 3 layers of leverage. Location on Su Wan's brother. The blue-haired girl pulled up surveillance. Macau. Mid-levels. White villa. 2nd floor. 3rd room on the right. I'm going. Su Wan's my fiancé. Her brother got taken because of me. Downstairs. Qin Zhao stood in the lobby. The market stabilized. You've been hiding all this time. You never asked? Where are you going now? Macau. I can send people for Su Wan's brother. Your people would tip them off. She reached out and gripped my forearm. Her fingertips pressed exactly on that scar. How long will you be gone? Hopefully tonight. Is it dangerous there? Manageable. She let go. That resignation? I never actually approved it. I tore it up right after I signed. I pulled out a business card and handed it to her. Just one encrypted number on it. If the pressure gets worse, call this. Lucia answers. Who's Lucia? My person. She held the card. Her jaw tightened. I turned and walked out. Shanghai sat in my car. A bag in the back seat held a knife and passport. You took bullets for her. Held her company. Carried her father's last wish. Ask yourself, are you really going for Su Wan's brother? Or for something else? I didn't answer. On the airport highway, that white Bentley followed in the rearview mirror. 200 meters back. Just followed. Like the past 10 years. Macau. Mid-levels villa. 2nd floor of a tea restaurant. Curtains open a crack. 2 black t-shirts at the gate. 9 p.m. The power cut. I slipped through a gap in the iron fence on the east wall. The knife at my waist pressed against my ribs. The main building was dark. Emergency lights CA.SD yellow glow. 2nd floor. Su Wan's brother was tied to a heating pipe. I cut the zip tie with the knife. Can you walk? His legs gave out. The hallway lights came on. Footsteps surged up the stairs. Su Wan's brother's knuckles went white. We can't get out. Can we? We can. I sent Lucia 3 words. Go. Break through. I pushed him out the window into the bushes. Glass shattered downstairs. Lucia's people stormed in. I jumped from the 2nd floor. A rock hit my back. I pulled Su Wan's brother through the iron fence. Shanghai's car shot out of the alley. The back door swung up. And Su Wan's brother gasped in the back seat. My sister doesn't know I owe money. She thinks I was kidnapped. Shanghai held the phone. Got him. Pulling out. Crossed the border. Switched to an SUV. Su Wan had sent many messages. The last one. Zhoushan. Is my brother in trouble? Where are you? One from Qin Zhao. Are you back yet? Timestamped 15 minutes ago. Phone buzzed. Lucia urgent. Hussein put out word. Tonight at 8:30. Hyatt. He's waiting. If you don't show by 10. Qin Corp's offshore accounts get frozen by him and 6 banks combined. Lu Ming is there too. He says he's willing to be handed over as a discard in exchange for you negotiating Middle East pipelines. Condition you come in person. Shanghai. Don't go. Trap. I looked at the sea outside the window. Turn around. Hyatt. Qin Zhao's second message. Zhoushan. What can I do? I typed 2 words. Stay put. Rain hit the glass. In the back seat. Su Wan's brother turned over. Headlights lit the wet road. A sheet of white. Hyatt ballroom. Hussein sat at the far end of the long table. Gray linen shirt. A faint bulge under the fabric on his left side, where I stabbed him 10 years ago. King, 10 years. After you stabbed me. I lay in bed for 4 months after my father's burial. Thought about you every day. He snapped his fingers. The side door opened. Lu Ming was pushed out. Hands tied. Mouth taped. Bruised cheekbone. Hussein patted his shoulder. He used my name to touch your woman and your company. I knew about it later and didn't stop it. Because I knew you'd come. What do you want to negotiate? Middle East pipeline. You took 40% 10 years ago. Held under Shanghai's name. Sell it back. Name your price. I release Lu Ming. End operations against Qin Corp. From now on. We go our separate ways. Hussein, your father set up an ambush at the refugee camp gate. 7 lives. That 40% is my rightful compensation. His smile dropped. What about the little fiancé? The side door pushed Su Wan in. White shirt. Plastic zip ties on her wrists. She saw me and her legs gave out. Hussein circled behind her. Su Wan's shoulders shook. I walked to the table and looked at the agreement. Hussein leaned forward slightly. Propped on the table. The door was kicked open. Qin Zhao stood at the entrance. Dark red velvet dress. Gripping the original authorization document in her hand. Hussein, you can't force him to sign. Qin Corp holds Atlas shipping permits for 2 European routes. I've already resold them to a European logistics group. You can't freeze anything. She walked to my side and stood there. Also, without my joint signature, his 40% share transfer is invalid. Hussein stared for 5 seconds. Let out a laugh. What are you two to each other? Qin Zhao turned to me. The corner of her mouth curved. My husband. What? She didn't explain. Turned back to Hussein. If you want to fight, I'll fight. If you want to stop, release both of them. From now on. You take the Middle East. I take Asia Pacific. Hussein drained his whiskey. Smacked the glass down on the table. Pulled them out. Su Wan was untied. She crashed into my arms and cried silently. I patted her back. Then gently pushed her away. Go back first. We'll talk later. Chun. Hai led her out. Lu Ming was dragged away. Only me and Qin Zhao remained in the ballroom, and Hussein across the table. Qin Zhao looked up at me. I tore up the resignation. What about the wedding? The corner of her mouth curved. Yes. Her hand hung at her side, palm facing out. I touched her fingertips. She grabbed back. Grip tight. Outside. The rain had stopped.